So we know that many of the health problems that we're facing today, as opposed to what health used to be, let's say 500 years ago, today a lot of the health problems that we face are related to behavior. So people are living longer, and many of the diseases that cause death and that we struggle with through the second half of our lives or the last third of our lives are often chronic disease. Things like diabetes, cardiovascular disease, COPD, and a wide range of mental health disorders. The depression, anxiety, etc. In order to address behavior and seeing what can technology do, in our group we've created a new project, which has actually been around for a couple years in our group, which I call the self-driving brain. And the self-driving brain is a little bit of tongue-in-cheek metaphor for the work that you see done in self-driving cars. But I think the metaphor and the analogy is appropriate, which is basically, can we use technology to create some sort of guidance system, much the way that we use GPS in cars? Can we create some guidance system that sort of helps us make better decisions and sort of guides our behavior? Now, a lot of people think of behavior as sort of these strategic plans, like, for example, oh, I'm going to start an exercise regimen, or I'm going to start a diet plan. And a lot of this often doesn't work because you're sort of too scheduled and too organized. But if you look at behavior, if you really look into behavior, behavior is comprised of all these like minute by minute decisions that happen throughout the day. So things like, should I use the elevators or take the stairs? Should I drink a Coke or drink water? And a lot of decisions we don't even think about. So these are sort of subconscious decisions. So I think if we could create a system that can sort of nudge us in the right way, and sort of remind us, make us self-aware, make us mindful of what we do in these critical decision points throughout the day, that can have an impact, because these little decisions add up to a big effect over time. Now, there have been researchers such as former MIT researcher Dan Ariely, who showed that the decisions that we make aren't always rational. So a lot of people say, oh, self-driving brain, but don't we control our brains? Aren't we in control of our behavior? And yeah, of course we are. But there's a lot of decisions that we make that aren't rational, but they're predictable, and oftentimes they're even driven by emotions, like how we elect the president, for example. So these sort of gut decisions, are things that where technology can maybe help you be more aware of your decisions and help you make healthier decisions. So there's a term called persuasive technology, and a lot of this was popularized by researchers such as B.J. Fogg at Stanford. So there is a role for technology and sort of persuading what we do and guiding our behavior. And I think we can use a variety of technologies that I've discussed previously, such as not only phones, but wearables and sensors in our environment to help give us feedback and make us aware of what we're doing, and also help us reflect on our behavior.